Hello, I am Jacob. I am interning at Media Arts Center San Diego, Digital Gym. I am a junior in high school, and this is my mobile story. Nerds are a complex species. We often make weird noises when someone appears on a TV screen or see a certain book on a bookshelf. But what is a nerd, though? How can you spot one in a crowd? Let's start with the first one. A nerd is someone who is super and possibly over-passionate about one or many things. It could really be anything. Doctor Who, Lost, Star Wars, trucks, planes, bikes, t-shirts, hats, golf, soccer, football, chairs. The list goes on and on. If you love something, like really love something, and you're super devoted to that something, then you are a nerd, which probably applies to just about all of you.
A nerd usually are categorized by usually society categorizes them as like people who are really into just studying and stuff, or supposedly people who don't have style, but I mean anybody could be a nerd in their own way, so yeah.
I think it's somebody who really enjoys doing one particular thing, that really likes to know the knowledge on some particular topic.
Video games?
It's me. That's who I identify with. Watch Star Wars when you're 6 years old, and then you realize all these wonderful things are happening to these fictional characters, and you somehow become obsessed with this, and apparently it's called nerdism.
When I hear the word nerd, well, before, when I was younger, I would think of someone that's not popular, someone that focused more time on fantasy-wise things like World of Warcraft or stuff like that, but more than spending time with friends. But now when I think of nerd, I think of how it's misused, how people say, "Oh, I'm a nerd." It's kind of popular to be a nerd now, I guess. I think of a girl that wears glasses and says, "I'm a nerd," and I just think that the word nerd is kind of misused nowadays. Or I think people aren't really nerds, and they're just more into the idea of being different more than the idea of being a nerd. Because there's a difference between a nerd that someone wearing glasses and saw Lord of the Rings one time maybe says, and there's a difference between someone that writes fan fiction and writes Lord of the Rings expanded universe and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd of many things, of brewing or video games or anything.
Yes.
I think I would consider, well, before, yeah, I would, I explained those two ends of the spectrum, but I consider myself in between. I definitely am well educated on my nerd stuff, so I would consider myself a nerd.
The world is filled with people, and all those people tend to associate themselves with similar people, and they create groups, and these groups are given some sort of broad title, like jock, nerd, goth, hipster, etc. But what most people don't realize is all those groups are exactly the same, but maybe instead of wearing a football jersey, they wear a Batman shirt. Maybe instead of getting super excited about the Super Bowl, they get excited about the series premiere of Supernatural. They wear different things, they like different things, they all express themselves differently. Each group has a stereotypical look to them, and all these looks, as different as they may be, they're all the same. They're all different variations of a nerd.